You know me, SDMT, giving you that real, all facts, no cap. Big Ben is not a leader. Take it how you want it. Let's get to it, man. We ain't even playing around, man. Big Ben Roethlisberger is not a leader, man. It's a proven fact. Teammates, former teammates, aired him out, put it out there for us all to know. This is not something that I made up. This is stuff that we've heard from former teammates and a lot of people about Big Ben. Whether it's him calling out his teammates on radio shows to get them ratings up, or it's him not being able to properly, work with other teammates to resolve issues. We look at the Steelers, their whole program and team has been falling apart, and that locker room is a mess. And if you are a leader of that team, you should be a solution to fixing that problem, which Big Ben hasn't been. The things he has done have been more divisive instead of actually supportive and bringing that team together. You don't see Tom Brady, you don't see Drew Brees throwing his teammates under the bus. All these Steeler fans playing around, you don't want to hear this. Yes, he won 2 Super Bowls. Yes, he's a great player, but he's not a leader. Fact, we already know that. We don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? You have former teammates. People want to act like it's only Antonio Brown, it's only Le'Veon Bell who called out Big Ben. No, Emmanuel Sanders. Okay, Mr. Steeler, Hines Ward, Ryan Clark. Several players came out and let it be known that Big Ben does not have great leadership qualities. Okay, we look at it. I'm gonna go through each player. I'm gonna support my case, and I'm gonna let you guys hear the other side of the story as well. The players that spoke up for him. But a lot of them are under pressure from the organization. So if you're on that team, you're not going to say nothing against Big Ben, because right now he has all the power and he pretty much runs that franchise. Mike Tomlin has let Big Ben get out of control. Bill Cowher had more control over Big Ben, at least on the field. Outside of the field, we know Big Ben, he gets into stuff. And I don't think Bill Cowher can stop that. But when we look at it, I want to go through each player that put these things out there. This is not me hating on them. This is just facts that have been said by Steelers players. You don't hear this about Tom Brady. You don't hear this about Drew Brees. You don't. You don't have no players coming out talking about Drew Brees and Tom Brady ain't good leaders, or they're not handling this properly. Why is it Big Ben? Is it a conspiracy? These are his own teammates. Oh, it's sour grapes. It don't seem like it's sour grapes. It really doesn't. So I'm going to let you guys hear my perspective based off of what I've heard and articles and facts that were said by teammates. This is not things that I've made up, okay? Now, that's the problem with Steeler fans. You guys are in love with Big Ben so much, you don't want to hear anything negative. You should be open-minded to understand that nobody's perfect. If he's not a great leader, yeah, you should be able to admit he's not a great leader, and he needs to work on improving that. And that can help that team get better. Because if not, you can get rid of Le'Veon, you can get rid of Antonio Brown, but that may not solve the problem if Big Ben cannot be the glue and be the leader to hold that team together. All right, let's get to the first person I want to talk about. Up first, we got Mr. Steeler, Hines Ward. If you're a Steeler fan, you can't say nothing about Hines Ward, because he's the perfect example of what a Steelers player is all about. Not a diva, hardworking, shuts his mouth and gets it done. Hines Ward said he wasn't happy with what was going on in the Steelers locker room, a lot of things that were happening off the field. And he also said that Big Ben needs to improve as a leader, and instead of calling out players on his radio show, treating them like a band of brothers and pulling them to the side and telling them what they should have done better instead of airing them out on his radio show. This is crazy, man. You should not be an NFL player, have a radio show where you call out your teammates and throw them under the bus. That's insane right there. If I was a Steelers coach or GM, I would let him know there's certain things he cannot talk about on his radio show. Straight up, you should not be able to talk about things that happen in-house. A lot of those things are supposed to be done behind doors, okay? You do not go out there and throw people under the bus like James Washington. You know what I'm saying? Threw him under the bus. I didn't know what he was doing. I don't know why he dove. Coach got on him good about that. We don't need to know about that. Why are you telling us that the coach got on him good and, making this kid, this young receiver, this rookie, feel worse than he needs to? He messed up. We all seen it. Do we need to know the coach got on him and his quarterback is roasting him too? You know what I'm saying? Quarterbacks thrown him under the bus too? That's where Big Ben goes wrong. Yeah, I think that's what Hines Ward was alluding to. He sees himself above his brothers and above his teammates, where he doesn't associate himself as a team. He sees himself above the other players, so he can talk down on them. That's not a leadership quality. We look at Tom Brady. Every time Tom Brady has a chance, he speaks as a team. He speaks as a whole, and he says, I need to get better. We need to get better. We need to do this. He does not isolate and point out one player and say he didn't do this, he's not that. That's the problem with Big Ben, and this radio show is a huge problem for the Steelers, and a lot of you fans are going to see. Because when he called out Antonio Brown, that caused the rift right there. Antonio Brown spoke on it on a few occasions, so you know that caused a little hostility. He knows Antonio Brown's a diva. Already said that a year ago in another video, and you Steeler fans said he wasn't a diva, and now you're on that bus. Exactly funny how that happens. But when he called out Antonio Brown, he knows Antonio Brown. He knew that wasn't going to go well. But Big Ben thinks he's above approach. He thinks he's invincible. Just like the fans, they make excuses for him for a lot of things that he does. That's why that team recently hasn't been the most successful. Oh, he won a Super Bowl, 2 rings 10 years ago. That team, those teams that won Super Bowls had veteran leadership. Troy Polamalu, you know what I'm saying? Ryan Clark, they had guys that were veteran leaders. Now they have Big Ben, and things are falling apart. Pay attention. I'm not saying Antonio Brown is a leader. I'm not saying Le'Veon Bell is a leader. That's not their job. They don't have to carry that burden. But if you want to be the leader, you get the most blame. And when things fall apart, it's on you. That's what you Steeler fans do not want to hear. You guys know you guys are the Kardashians right now. You guys know you guys got everything going on but football. We're talking about the locker room, all that. And it didn't just start this year. We had a year ago where James Harrison left. He wasn't happy about them lying to him about his playing time. And, he pretty much said, he wanted to get out of there. And then they lied to him. And then we had players from the Steelers locker room coming out saying he was missing practice and he wasn't helpful, he wasn't a good leader, and they're throwing James Harrison under the bus. We didn't need to know about that, man. Keep that to yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on in Pittsburgh, things of that nature. And that's what's leading to these rifts and these problems. You think getting rid of Antonio Brown and Le'Veon are going to solve everything? You really think that? I'm telling you, no, it's going to be some drama this season. It's going to be some drama. Y'all just wait on it. All right, let's get to the next player. Ryan Clark said his first year with the Steelers, they had a players-only meeting to talk about how Big Ben related to the team. Like, players didn't vibe with him. A lot of things he was doing, they didn't like. So imagine this. You know what I'm saying? A team of grown men had a meeting because of one player. One player was causing that much of an issue. They had to have a meeting to let him know things he had to work on. Okay, and they had a veteran team that can get on Ben and help him correct those things at that time. Now, when all those veterans move out, they get older, and they're out of the league or they're off the team. Now you just got Big Ben. Nobody can check him or hold him in place because Mike Tomlin does not treat everybody equally. If you're a star, he's going to give you more slack. We see how that got out of control with Antonio Brown. But it's even worse with Big Ben because he thinks he's the GM and the head coach and everything. You know what I'm saying? So we see Ryan Clark letting you know that he also said that Big Ben, he feels is not a natural leader. He doesn't care about other people as much as himself. He sees himself above everyone. And so it's almost like he has this, this thing where he talks down on people, where he doesn't care about how they would feel when he does things. So when he goes on his radio show and he throws people under the bus and tells a lot of things that should stay in-house, it doesn't bother him, he doesn't care, he doesn't get it, that's not the right way to handle it. He doesn't treat these teammates like they're his brothers, like his teammates. He treats them like they're beneath him. He's like the manager and they're the workers. You know what I'm saying? Which it shouldn't be that way. Football's a team sport, man. It's your brothers. It's a band of brothers. And that's what Big Ben needs to understand. And hopefully he does before his career's over. You know what I mean? Because that team needs him to be a better leader, and he needs to really tap in with those players and build a better relationship and a better bond. Pull them to the side. Do not go on a radio show and expose them and throw them under the bus and roast them, and they got to hear about it from somebody else on a radio show. You didn't even prepare them that you was going to go talk about them on a radio show. That's insane. And these Steeler fans, you guys are a joke, man, on my page. Tweaking, y'all are a joke. Now, when Le'Veon and AB called out Big Ben, oh, you don't call out a teammate, don't call out a teammate. But when Big Ben does it, hey, man, if you have a problem with criticism, you shouldn't be in the NFL. Exactly. Then Big Ben shouldn't be in the NFL either. You know what I mean? Because y'all don't want to hear him get criticized. So he doesn't have this right to criticize everybody else. He has 2 rings, man. Yeah, he's a good player. He had those veterans at that time to be the leaders. Last 10 years, he ain't got no rings. Okay? So there needs to be some improvement there. Tom Brady's a great leader. We see that. I've never heard any player talk about Tom Brady or Drew Brees and say they're not great leaders. I've never heard it. You guys let me know. Drop some comments. I'll do a story about it. We'll talk about it. But you ain't going to find it. There's a big difference between those players. Those players wouldn't go on a radio show and throw somebody under the bus, especially Tom Brady. He's like the consummate, team player. You know what I mean? That's the thing about James Harrison said about Tom Brady. He treats everybody the same. He doesn't look down on people. He doesn't do those things. And in a way, I think he didn't unknowingly mean it, but that was something towards Ben, where Ben sees himself as a GM and everybody else is the workers. The GM, Colbert even said that we see the team as Big Ben and 52 other kids. They'd be smart to listen to him. That's insane. If I was on that team, I'd be pissed off. I'm a grown man. You don't call me no kid. You don't call me no kid. And all those Steeler players that went along with that, y'all goofy as hell. Goofy. Let that old man call y'all kids. You know what I'm saying? And Antonio Brown got on that, and Le'Veon got on that. Le'Veon even said it himself. One of the reasons he didn't want to go back to the Steelers was Big Ben. It wasn't the main reason, but it was a part of it. Okay? That's somebody that people are not wanting to stick to. They don't want to play with. Tom Brady, everybody wants to play with. And that's huge. Let's get to the next player. All right, let's get to this. Former fullback Josh Harris said on a play that Big Ben didn't like a play from Todd Haley, so he fumbled on purpose. How crazy is that? He fumbled on purpose, man. If that's true, man, I don't got much respect for him, man. If you fumbling on purpose, I can't talk. That's crazy to me, man. You ever play football in your life? You imagine your teammate being mad at the coach and fumbling on purpose? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't care, man. That's unacceptable right there. Fumbling on purpose. Now, I tell you this, you Steeler fans will go crazy if Antonio Brown or if Le'Veon, but they'll fumbled on purpose if you ask information about that. But Big Ben, let's overlook it. Let's play around. That's just crazy, man. I mean, this dude will go that far because he wants things done his way. Le'Veon Bell said, that organization wants to win. Ben wants to win. Tomlin wants to win. But Big Ben wants to win his way. What does that mean? He wants to do things his way, and he wants all the attention, and he wants everything to be about him. It's not going to work that way. That team won before when it was defense, a running game. They had been doing this thing too, but it was a well-rounded team. They had solid defense, had a solid running game. They're getting to the point where they're passing the ball a lot, and they're overpassing. You look at Big Ben, he's not a high-volume passer. And when he is a high-volume passer, his interceptions are through the roof. We saw that this season. You say he's forcing it to AB. I don't care. The more he throws, the more likely he is to throw picks. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Aaron Rodgers when it comes to that. He's not somebody that can be that pinpoint accurate all the time. He throws the ball enough, his picks are going to be up. Okay, and if you fumbling the ball on purpose, that says something about your character and your integrity, and it damn sure says you are not a leader. Big Ben is not a leader. I don't care how y'all take it. You can say he's a Hall of Famer. You can say he has 2-3 rings for sure. You know what I'm saying? 3 rings. Give it to him. Hall of Famer, but he is not a leader. And that team was its best when they had veteran leadership, which they no longer have. Or they do, but they have a leader that sees himself above the team, and he has no problem throwing them under the bus. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at it. We have another person, Emmanuel Sanders. When he left, he was one of the first players to say something about Big Ben publicly when he was when he got to play with Peyton Manning, and he says it feels great to finally have a leader and a quarterback, and pretty much alluding to him not having a leader. And in Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger doesn't train in the offseason with his receivers. Antonio Brown said he didn't do that with them. That's insane. You know, we got Peyton Manning. He would always go with his receivers and have little camps, you know what I mean, before the season. Drew Brees does that. A lot of these quarterbacks will meet up with their receivers before the season, do little camps and work with them. Not Big Ben. It's not that important to him. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy right there, man. That's crazy. There's no excuse for this, man. I'm not hating on the man. What I am doing is pointing out something that's the hottest topic in sports, and that's what everybody's been talking about. So when SportsCenter posts about it, when ESPN posts about it, I don't hear nobody, oh, they're hating. I post about it, I'm hating? No, I just have my opinion, and I'm just sharing facts that support that. Now, you can disagree, cool. When you start saying I'm hating or I'm lying, then I'm going to get on you, and that's when we have a problem. That's when we have a problem, and that's when I got to come with this raid ball for y'all. Straight up. I'm not playing. Stop tweaking in my comments. Just because you mad about the truth. That your quarterback is not a leader. Fact. We got Juju coming out. You know, the best leader ever, Big Ben. He's a great leader. I can't wait to rock out with my guy. That don't even sound like Juju. Juju's all, hey, I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be crazy. We lit. You know what I mean? Great season. I'm going to rock out with my guy? That don't even sound like Juju, man. But you can tell the organization put pressure on him because Juju made a statement and then James Washington made a statement. Oh, you know, Big Ben's a great leader. He pulled me to the side, you know, last season and I got better. You know what I mean? It's hard when you're playing with the Hall of Fame quarterback. You're scared to let him down. No, James Washington. You're scared he's going to throw your ass under the bus on his radio show. That's the truth. That's what you're scared of. And that's the funny thing. Antonio Brown came out today, and it's so funny because he keeps applying the pressure on him. He said, don't believe NFL players that haven't been paid yet. They'll do and say anything so they can get paid. And even if that means compromising their integrity. So he exposed probably Juju and James Washington. Because what he means by that is, you have these players, Juju's on a 4-year, $4 million contract. He's not getting paid nothing based on his skills and abilities. Steelers believe Juju's a star receiver. He is, for sure. But he's not being paid to that. He wants to get paid. James Washington wants to get paid as well. But these guys are very low on the totem pole. They're new on the team, and they're barely getting paid. So they're not going to say anything negative about Big Ben or anything because they have no, you know what I mean, they have no clout for that on that team. And they want that big deal. You know what I mean? AB got a $19 million a year deal with the Raiders. He's getting paid, so he doesn't have that problem. And it's true, man. It's true. You know, James Washington and like the Steelers apply pressure for these players to come out and make these statements that he's a great leader, but you know, we know it's not true. And I think that's where it gets to AB, Juju, and Washington. They're all in the same receiver meetings. If you play football, you know the receivers stick together. And you know they've had conversations about Ben. You know what I'm saying? Antonio Brown exposed them low-key because he knows that they've said things in private about Big Ben. And then they come out publicly and say, oh, he's a great leader. And AB's like, man, don't believe these dudes because they ain't been paid. They following, you know what I mean, the proper path, proper protocol so they can get paid. They don't want to ruffle no feathers. They ain't going to say how they really feel because they don't want to be, you know what I mean, released or not paid when it's time for them to be paid. Straight up. And he ain't lying. He ain't lying, man. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tomlin is pretty much getting to the point where he's lost that team. And this season is going to be huge. If the Steelers miss the playoffs, I think Tomlin's gone. Straight up. If they keep him, I'm surprised. They could. Steelers don't like changing coaches. They're one of those organizations that have the same coaches for a long time, so they could keep him. I could see that. But overall, Big Ben, he needs to be a better leader. And if it's not in him, they need to go get some veteran leadership to help that team if they're going to get over that hump because it's not happening anymore for Steelers. I'm sorry, Steeler fans. It's not happening. When you guys got it done, you had veteran leadership. You don't have that solid veteran leadership. They don't have those meetings to call somebody and say, hey, man, this ain't cool. Stop throwing people under the bus on your radio show. You know what I'm saying? It's not about ratings. Our team is more important than that. We're a band of brothers. We stick together. We stay solid. Okay? 5 fingers aren't that strong like this, but like this, they make a strong fist. So we stay together. We stay solid. We don't take one player and throw him off the bus. That's the problem. And that's the problem with Ben Roethlisberger. And that's why he's not a leader. I'm sorry you don't want to hear that, Steeler fans. You're not going to like this video. I'm going to get a lot of, dislikes. It's all good. The truth hurts. These things are all said are facts. You can go look them up. I didn't make up any stories. Go look up every article and every player I said that spoke on him not being the best leader or what he needs to improve on. Now, you go find an article on Tom Brady, Drew Brees. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait. All right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on my notifications, and follow me on Instagram at SDMT619. SDMT!